In order to make adjustments in the software for operating parameters and adjustments, it's necessary to connect your computer to the unit. With the end panel removed, connection to the computer is made using the data converter device, which is available from us on request. But it's important to point out that you should only use this function if you fully understand and have been trained on the use of the software. The other important safety notice is to say that in connecting the computer, the safety interlock on the door is overridden. So the unit will become live whilst you're making adjustments. With your computer on, so now we're ready to start using the software. So I click the vConfigure logo to open the software. I click port selection and I go to COM port. The computer has automatically found COM port 15, which is the virtual port to which the USB connector, the device, has been connected. I click that, and with the machine switched on, the unit will search for and connect to the device. The first thing I can do now is to make a backup of the settings. So I go to File, Save Settings, give the unit a file number, which could be the serial number of the unit. So you type in the serial number and save the file into a directory of your choice. With the file saved, we can now make changes to settings in the machine. So for example, if I needed to change the battery capacity settings, because we'd changed the battery, I can now dial in a different figure. So I'm going to put 240 amp hours in and click OK. It gives me an error message, rather a warning message, to tell me that I've changed the battery capacity settings. I just proceed, and the legend for battery capacity is now turned orange, and that's to indicate that that parameter has been changed to the settings that are currently programmed into the machine. So this setting will not take effect until I click the Send Settings button. It gives me the option to send modified settings or all settings. I'm happy just to send the modified settings, and I click OK. Again, it's reminding me that I've changed the battery capacity. The legend has turned black to indicate that that setting has now been accepted into the machine. So I could continue to make changes to other parameters if I chose to. I could make multiple changes and hit Send Settings at the end of the process. When I'm finished, I can save the settings again and either overwrite the file that I saved at the beginning of the process, or put in a second file with a different revision number, for example, so that I will have saved the original settings and the new settings. And then when I'm finished, I can close the software, and at this stage I can now unplug the device, disconnect the data converter, and plug the unit back into the control panel, and we're finished.